Breaking news. Apple may be about to betray Google in the biggest tech breakup we've ever seen. And no, this isn't just another app update. This is a billion-dollar knife to the heart of the search engine empire. Right now, behind the scenes, Apple is preparing to replace Google search in Safari with something no one expected. AI. Not just any AI. We're talking about ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity AI. Apple wants to turn your browser into a full-blown assistant, and Google might get left in the dust. If this happens, Google could lose over $20 billion in revenue overnight. Their stock has already plunged. The internet is about to change, and Apple, the quiet one in the AI war, is now making its boldest move yet. So what exactly is Apple planning? Why now? And could this spell the end of Google's dominance over how we search, learn, and think? I'm about to break down what may be the most important AI move of 2025. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at Safari or Google the same way again. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, because here, you get today's AI breaking news first, before anyone else. Let's go. To understand what's happening right now, we need to zoom out. For over a decade, Apple and Google have been unlikely allies, quietly powering one of the most profitable deals in tech history. Google pays Apple up to $20 billion every year just to stay the default search engine in Safari. You search something on your iPhone and boom, Google cashes in. And Apple? Well, they sit back and collect a multi-billion-dollar check every single year. But all of that might be about to change. Because for the first time ever, according to Apple's internal disclosures, Safari searches are actually declining. Why? Because people are no longer typing into search bars, they're talking to AI assistants. Tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude. AI that doesn't just find links, but gives you instant answers. Context, summary, insight, without ads, without scrolling. And Apple sees it clearly. The era of 10 blue links is dying. The future is AI-driven. So what does Apple do? They move fast and quiet. Reports confirm that Apple is now exploring deals with multiple AI search companies, OpenAI, Anthropic, Perplexity, looking to integrate these directly into Safari. Yes, Apple may soon break up with Google and replace it with AI brains. No more simple searches, no more third-party dependence. Safari becomes the most powerful AI assistant you already own. And this isn't just a feature update. This is Apple reclaiming control over the one part of your iPhone experience they've always outsourced: search. If this move goes live, it won't just hurt Google. It could change the default behavior of over 1 billion users overnight. That's not competition. That's a declaration of war. And in the next chapter, you'll see just how much money is about to be lost or gained in this battle. Let's talk money, because this battle isn't just about AI. It's about billions of dollars on the line. Here's what most people don't realize. Google's main business, the cash cow that funds everything from YouTube to Gmail, is search ads. That's where over 80% of Google's revenue comes from. And Apple? They've been the gateway to that money for years. Every time you use Safari and see a Google search result, ads are being served. That's why Google pays Apple somewhere between 18 to 20 billion per year, just for the privilege of being the default engine on Safari. It's the single most lucrative traffic funnel in the search world. But with Apple now considering cutting that deal and plugging AI search tools into Safari, here's what happens. 1. That $20 billion pipeline? Gone. 2. Google's monopoly on mobile search? Broken. 3. Alphabet's stock already took a 7% hit the moment this story broke. And it's not just about loss, it's about what Apple stands to gain. If they embed tools like ChatGPT or Claude into Safari, they could start building their own ad or affiliate revenue system, powered by AI. They could control how products are recommended, how results are shown, and where users go next. Think about that. Apple goes from just delivering traffic to owning the entire search experience, from hardware to OS to browser to AI. That's the ultimate power move. And if Google loses Apple, they lose their biggest search partner, and possibly their biggest defense in the antitrust lawsuits brewing in the US and Europe. This isn't just competition, it's a financial earthquake. In the next chapter, we're going to break down why AI search is the future, and why it's so powerful that Apple is ready to rewrite its relationship with the most powerful search engine in the world. So, why is Apple so interested in AI search? Because the way we use the internet is evolving, fast. Let's break it down. With Google, you type in a question and get 10 blue links, a page of results, sponsored ads at the top, and you're left to figure it out. But with AI search, you ask a question and the answer just appears. Instantly, no digging, no clicking 5 sites, no ad traps. Just the answer, curated and personalized. That's what ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity AI are doing right now. And Apple sees it. They know users are moving toward tools that save time, reduce noise, and actually understand what they mean, not just what they type. Imagine this. You open Safari and say, "Book me a quiet Italian restaurant near my hotel for tomorrow at 8 p.m. Also check if it's dog-friendly." Boom. One answer. Done. Not links, not suggestions, just smart execution. That's AI-powered search, and it's not the future anymore. It's the present. Apple wants to embed that directly into Safari. No more bouncing between tabs. No more typing the same thing 3 different ways. No more giving Google more data than they already have. This is search that feels like a conversation, not a chore. And the best part? AI search gets smarter the more you use it. It remembers your preferences, your location, your history, without you having to say it twice. It's seamless, it's powerful, it's addictive. And if Apple integrates this deeply into the iPhone experience, they'll not only catch up in the AI race, they could leap ahead. But with great power comes great disruption. And in Chapter 4, you'll see how this new wave of AI search could collide with massive legal firepower already aimed at Google. This story isn't just about technology or business. It's about law, power, and the future of who controls your information. Because right now, Google is in serious legal trouble. The U.S. Department of Justice is deep into one of the largest antitrust cases in tech history, arguing that Google has used its size and money to illegally dominate the search engine market. At the heart of the case, that $20 billion per year deal with Apple to be the default search engine on Safari. Prosecutors say it's not just a business partnership, it's a strategic chokehold that prevents any real competition from entering the search space. If you're wondering how serious this is, the DOJ is literally using the Apple-Google deal as proof of monopoly behavior. Now here's where things get interesting. If Apple drops Google and opens Safari to AI alternatives like ChatGPT or Perplexity, they can say, "We're giving users more choice. We're breaking exclusivity. We're not helping any monopoly." That's game-changing, not just in the courtroom, but in public perception. And let's not forget, regulators around the world, from the European Union to India to Australia, are also lining up to investigate Google's grip on search and ads. Apple pulling out now would not only hit Google's wallet, it would weaken Google's legal defense globally. It's the perfect PR and legal move for Apple. Distance themselves from a partner under fire. Embrace AI innovation, and avoid becoming collateral damage in Google's legal war. In other words, Apple's AI search ambition isn't just about competing with Google. It might be about surviving the fallout of Google's monopoly collapse. But as AI search rises, so do new risks. So in Chapter 5, we'll explore what this all means for you, the user, and how this shift will impact your digital life in ways you may not be ready for. Okay, let's talk about the part that matters most. You, the user, the consumer, the one holding the iPhone. Because while Apple and Google battle over billions, the real impact hits your daily life, and it's happening faster than you think. Here's how. If Apple integrates AI-powered search into Safari, your internet experience changes completely. No more jumping between tabs or scrolling pages of ads. You'll get personalized answers, instantly summarized results, and an assistant that knows what you mean, not just what you type. It'll save you time, it'll feel smart, it'll be addictive. But here's the flip side, and it's big. You're giving even more control to fewer companies. Right now you can choose between Google, DuckDuckGo, Bing, or even niche AI tools. But if Apple's AI is baked into Safari and locked into the Apple ecosystem, what happens to open choice? What happens to transparency? What happens to your data? Let's be honest, AI search isn't just answering questions. It's collecting everything about how you think, what you ask, where you go, and what you want. So while the experience gets easier, the surveillance gets deeper. And unlike search engines where you can click a different result, AI just gives you one voice, one answer. Who controls that voice? Apple, OpenAI, Anthropic? And what happens when bias, errors, or censorship creep into those answers? This shift could make life more convenient, but it could also make the internet less open, less diverse, and far more controlled. So yes, this is exciting. Yes, AI is powerful, but don't be fooled. This is more than just upgrading your browser. It's about who gets to control your reality online. And that brings us to the final takeaway. Because the AI war between Apple and Google, it's not just starting, it's accelerating. And you need to be ready for what's next. So here we are. Apple is rewriting the rules. Google is scrambling to defend its throne. And artificial intelligence is changing the internet at its core. This isn't just an update to Safari. This is the start of a global shift, a tectonic collision between two of the most powerful forces in tech. On one side, AI-driven answers that are faster, smarter, and more personalized than anything we've ever seen. On the other, an entire ecosystem built on traditional search that may no longer be needed. If Apple drops Google, it doesn't just break a deal. It could end an era. It's power versus privacy, convenience versus control, AI dominance versus digital freedom. And in the middle of it all is you, the user, the creator, the thinker, the one whose data, attention, and trust are now the real currency in this war. So the question is no longer, which search engine is better? It's, who do you trust to shape your reality? Will you let AI decide what you see? Will you question the answers it gives? Or will you become just another node in a system that thinks for you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what side you're on. And if you want to stay ahead in this AI revolution, this battle between giants, then subscribe right now. Because here, we don't just react, we see what's coming. We break the news first, and we tell you what it means. This was Apple versus Google. This was AI versus the old internet. This was just the beginning. I'll see you in the next AI War update.